Hello guys, I'm here with Jasmin Kalar at the Peterborough Racketball tournament. So Jasmin, I'm just going to ask you a couple of questions about racquetball and any tips you can give anyone who A, wants to improve their game and B, who's thinking about taking up the sport. So, first questions. What three things would you say would a racquetball beginner do to improve their game? What three tips would you give them?
So in terms of racquetball, 3 tips that I'd probably give is, when you're on court, just enjoy it. First of all, always smile. Sometimes I forget to do that, which is why I'm recommending it, because sometimes I get so into it, and if you've probably played me in some matches, you probably know.
Yeah, we know.
I get a little bit intense.
A little.
So I always say just always have a smile, because then, if you're relaxed and you're smiling, you're going to probably play better shots anyway. Secondly, another tip I'd probably give is, just try and find your length and make sure every shot has a purpose. So when you're hitting the balls, don't just hit it randomly. Think, why am I playing this shot? What is the purpose of my shot? And that's something that's really important as well.
So do you mean hitting things like your targets at the back of the court, at the front of the court, and things like that?
Yeah, so hitting your targets, but also, say if I'm playing a drive, I'll make sure I play a drive. If I'm playing a drop, I'll make sure it's a drop. Every shot's got to have a purpose, otherwise you're going to be running around like a headless chicken, running around, after your opponent's shots. If you don't think about it, you're doing more hard work for no reason. So it's good for conserving your energy to do that as well.
Yep.
And then thirdly, I'd say, just hit the ball into space as well. It sounds obvious, but sometimes when you're on court, you get so in the moment, you just end up not adhering to that. So wherever your opponent's not standing, just hit the ball there, and you can't really go too wrong after that.
Yeah, that was one of the sort of golden tips that Ali Farag's dad gave him when he was younger. He said, if in doubt, hit the ball into space, and it's not done him too bad. He's a 4 times world champion, now retired obviously. What a legend.
Exactly. They're my 3 tips I'd probably say.
Brilliant. That's really good. It's really useful. I'm sure people are going to get something out of that. So Jasmin, what are your say 2 favourite shots on a racquetball court? Because I know obviously you're a professional squash player, but what are your 2 favourite racquetball shots on the court?
Well, in terms of my favourite shots, I'm sure if people play me at squash as well, you probably know my backhand drop. There's a shot I do really like. Backhand drop from the back of the court, it's quite nice, and in racquetball it's quite nice to get that cut on the ball as well and get it to the front. So I would say that's definitely up there.
Yeah.
And that can be a backhand volley drop as well. I do quite like that shot. I'd also say in racquetball, a low hard cross-court kill as well. So I think if you can get a good, if you can get to the ball quickly and you kind of get your whole body behind the ball, you can stun that cross-court. That's quite an effective shot as well, because it helps set up the rally and then puts that opponent under pressure, and you're controlling the tee. Do
you prefer a side, like a forehand or backhand kill? Any particular side, or is it just generally?
I think I do prefer the forehand kill, I'd say, just because I think I can get more power behind that shot. I think it's a bit easier in racquetball to do so as well. But they're my favourite 2 shots, I'd say.
Brilliant. So just to we're coming to the end, just to wrap up, last few tips then. Off-court training, what do you like the most and what do you dislike the most? And bear in mind, I'm your coach, so be careful what you say. Because you'll be doing more of it, is what I'm saying.
In terms of what I like the most, I do quite like the conditioning drills, and I think it's important that you're under pressure. Even though I play against my brother and it's really annoying and he chops me up most of the time, but it's good to replicating that kind of pressure environment in training. So then it makes it not easier, but it just helps to transfer better.
It's called greasing the groove, isn't it? Really, yeah.
So I think that's quite good. I do enjoy doing those kind of and then also conditioning games in the sense that you're limited to certain shots and you've got to discipline yourself to do those shots. And then I think
you're going to give a politician's answer, aren't you?
I mean, obviously, the intense fitness sessions not great sometimes. Especially you had a long session and you've got to do that at the end, and my dad sometimes taking us through some tough fitness sessions on the floor when we're getting up and we're running. So they're not great at times, but obviously it is helpful, and I do know why we're doing it, but I'm not enjoying
it's for the bigger cause, right?
Yeah.
So the last question then, so in one sentence, a couple of words, why do you love racquetball and what are your goals for this year?
So I say why I like racquetball. So obviously I'm a squash player predominantly, but then the reason I do play racquetball as well is I think it really transfers when you play squash as well, because in racquetball, if you can kill the ball, if you can cut the ball into the nick, if you can get your length, that's really going to be good for squash. But also for your endurance and your movement as well, I find it really helps. I have longer rallies in racquetball perhaps. So I think that's why I like racquetball. Also, come to these tournaments, it's always a friendly atmosphere. It's a nice racquetball community. Everyone's so lovely. So that's definitely another reason. Obviously, I enjoy it. I love playing. I do a million other things as well. But
You do, yeah.
So I am busy, but then I wouldn't play, racquetball or squash if I didn't enjoy it. I have a love for it. So because I have my passion, also my whole family plays as well. So it's quite nice to, have each other here and support each other.
And what are your goals for 2025 in racquetball only?
Okay, yeah. So my goals for 2025 is, I'd like to play for the England international teams in September in Cardiff. So that would be a really good achievement if I can play for that. I also, just want to improve my racquetball ability and maybe start playing in like opens and against other people as well, who are like really high levels than me. That would be good. And then I'd also say, just try and win a few more series events as well and do well in the major tournaments as well. Maybe reach the final perhaps in the major would be quite a good achievement. And I know Mike Harris is doing a really good job of making it more international and kind of increasing the exposure in other countries. So I'm sure there'll be other events on as well, which I'll be excited to participate in as well.
Brilliant, Jasmin. Thank you so much for your time. I'm sure some of that information is going to be very, very useful to a lot of people who want to play racquetball or are playing racquetball and want to improve their levels. And also, rightly so, let's give a shout out to Mike Harris. He's doing fantastic things with the sport. He's really investing a lot of time, effort, investment, love into the sport, and it can only grow with someone like Mike Harris at the helm. So I'm sure from the Kalars, we're really, really thankful for everything he's doing for the sport, right?
Yeah, agreed.
Brilliant. Okay, cheers, Jasmin. See ya. Bye.